Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. Oman Conference for Energy and Water reviews work plans of renewable energy and sustainable development of water resources. The Shura Council approves a recommendation to invite the chairman of Public Authority for Electricity and Water as wilayas in South Batna still face water shortages. And the first forum for laboratories of schools in the Governorate of Dhahira stresses on developing laboratory devices in line with the educational process. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Paul Biya of Cameroon on his country's National Day. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency Dr. Salim bin Nasser Al Ismaili, Chairman of the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development, will lead the Sultan's delegation to take part in the meeting of the International Economic Symposium in the Middle East and South Africa that will be held day after tomorrow in Jordan and will last for 3 days. The symposium sheds light on the social and economic development concerning the youth in order to boost the progress movement in the region of the long term. An official source in Foreign Affairs Ministry stated that implementing royal orders by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to meet the demand of Moroccan government to know the fate of missing Moroccan pilot. Authorities in the Sultanate, in coordination with Moroccan authorities and Supreme Security Committee in Yemen, were able to agree to hand over the body of the pilot to the International Committee for Red Cross, who transferred it to Djibouti last night for medical procedures in order to deliver the body to Morocco. Policies and work plans of renewable energy and sustainable development, besides the future of energy and water in the Sultanate, topped the discussion of the Conference of Oman Conference for Energy and Water, which was organized by the Public Authority for Electricity and Water. The conference discussed best system for managing and preserving water due to lack of its resources in the Sultanate. The conference was inaugurated by His Excellency Dr. Rashid bin Al Safi Al Kharabi, Chairman of the Tender Board. On the sideline of the conference, an exhibition for energy and water is held to showcase updated innovations, products and solutions related to production and rationalization of consumption of energy and water in the Sultanate through a number of sections, namely alternative energy, green engineering, and energy and water and awareness. The current water shortage has been intensively discussed at the Shura Council as many wilayas in the Sultanate witnessed a high demand of water. South and North Batna governorates experienced water shortages at the most. Saif Al-Kindi has more details in the following report.
Based on the sequences of water shortage in many wilayas during the last few weeks, the Shura office came out today with a recommendation to invite the chairman of the Public Authority of Electricity and Water to the Majlis to explain the reasons behind water shortage and the steps followed to solve this problem.
We have been suffering for more than 20 days looking for water tanks to buy water, but there is a real shortage in the main complex of water. We are waiting for solutions.
Many wilayas, particularly those in South and North Batna Governorate, have been suffering of water shortage for more than 20 days. Despite the humble efforts spent by the Public Authority of Electricity and Water, there is still a big shortage in many wilayas, as many residents complain for the high expense of water tanks due to that problem.
We have our reasons for increasing water prices. We have to drive in a long way to bring water to houses. The water in the main tank does not cover the residents' needs.
Nakhal, a wilaya at South Batina region, is famous for its water springs. There used to be more than 200 streams of water and villages running out of rocks, but the water is mainly used for agricultural purposes. During the last few days, a new project tender has been inked and announced to establish a water network in 3 wilayas, Nakhal, Awabi and Wadi al-Maawil at South Batina Governorate. Saif al-Kindi for English News, Nakhal.
His Excellency Mohammed bin Abdullah Al-Mahrouki, Chairman of Public Authority for Water and Electricity, stressed that the repairment work of water desalination plant in the Wilayat of Sohar are finished and their service is available to citizens. He added that the efforts are being exerted by the authority to fix any problems in the plant. He further said that the main aim is to cover all areas of the Sultanate, and currently the coverage is around 56%. He also highlighted some new projects, namely water desalination plants in both Wadi Dhaika Dam and Quriyat that are expected to be completed by 2017. He also announced that the plants in both Ghubra and Barka will start the service during the next 2 months. The 8th Gulf Seminar on Innovation in Government Institutions, Experiences and Practices was inaugurated under the auspices of His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Omar Al Mirhoun, Minister of Civil Service and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Institute of Public Administration. The 2-day seminar is hosted this year by the Institute of Public Administration, IPA, in cooperation with the GCC Secretariat General. The seminar targets representatives of the GCC administrative development institutions, institutes of public administration, senior management and officials concerned with developing government units and institutions, specialists and those interested in innovation in administrative institutions. The seminar aims at reviewing the most important experiences and good practices in innovation in administrative institutes for the sake of developing the current services, providing innovative government service in the GCC countries. It also aims to discuss major systems and procedures that are practiced by the government institutions with the purpose of providing the appropriate atmosphere to stimulate innovators and encourage them to produce more new ideas that upgrade the services provided by such institutions. Still to come in our news bulletin. The Music Reflections exhibition is opened at Royal Opera House, Muscat, with 45 artistic portraits that highlight the opera shows and activities during the year.
والآن اكتشفي جديد كيري، مربعات بمذاق اللبنة.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. For the international world, Iraq's Ministry of Defense today released aerial pictures of more than 20 soldiers being pulled out of Ramadi yesterday after the city fell to Daesh militants over the weekend. The Iraqi army beat a chaotic retreat from the city in Iraq's Anbar province, the capture of which marked a fresh low in the country's fight against Daesh. The video showed the search and rescue operation by the Iraqi military aircraft of 28 members of the Rapid Reaction Force seat of Ramadi, who retreated when the city was taken by Daesh on Sunday. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon today voiced disappointment at the failure to extend a humanitarian ceasefire in Yemen. The ceasefire ended despite appeals by the United Nations and rights groups for extra time to allow badly needed humanitarian supplies into the country of 25 million, one of the poorest in the Middle East.
On Yemen, we are racing to meet humanitarian needs while advancing the political process. It is regrettable that the parties have resumed the fight after the 5-day humanitarian pause, which ended yesterday. I urge the parties to address all the pending issues through a political dialogue. I reaffirm my willingness to convene a political dialogue in Geneva as soon as possible with the participation of all the parties.
In a statement to Oman Radio and Television, Hassan bin Ramadan bin Sulaiman, chargé d'affaires of Director General of Oman International Exhibition Center, said that the 6th edition of Muscat International Exhibition for Gold and Jewelry will start from 26th to 30th of May. He added that 75 local and international companies from GCC and European countries will participate in the exhibition.
دولي للمجوهرات في نسخته السادسة إن شاء الله.
The Sultanate participated in Omani Product Exhibition OPEX 2015, which its activities started in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. The exhibition witnessed participating of more than 130 Omani institutions from public and private sectors. His Excellency Tawfiq bin Fawzan Al Rabia, Saudi Minister of Commerce and Industry, presided over the ceremony with attendance of His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masood Al Sunaidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry. OPEX 2015 is organized by the Omani Products Exhibition Committee, formed by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Public Establishment for Industrial Estates and Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development. The 4-day exhibition aimed to create new markets and expand market share of Omani products, which include agri-food, building materials, industrial goods, furniture and fixtures, electrical and electronic, and health and medical products. The event, a great opportunity for networking with Omani government authorities responsible for promotion and export development of Omani products. Diwan of Royal Court organized for its employees a program on strategic planning in administrative investment. The 4-day program will provide the participants with skills of strategic planning in financial investment and enable them to get acquainted with the concept of preparing planning budgets. It also provided them with physical account and administrative tools in preparing the budgets. Under the theme Fajr, the Ministry of Heritage and Culture organized an exhibition for 4 Omani fine artists in the Governorate of Al Brahmi, which includes 61 artists' works and sculptures. The exhibition held at the Omani Society for Fine Arts included blue pen paintings which reflect Omani society and nature. Abstract art was also showcased in the exhibition through paintings that embodied the aspects of a life of Omani, like travel of Bedouins. The exhibition also contained sculptures made out of stones, marbles and ceramics. His Excellency Engineer Ahmed bin Hassan Al-Deeb, Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, presided over the opening ceremony. In order to open new horizons for photographers and develop their artistic skills, Music Reflections exhibition was opened at Royal Opera House, Muscat. The exhibition included 45 photographs taken by Khalid bin Saud Al Busaidi, which represent various displays like Opera Leo display, the art of ballet, and the Omani military and international music. The exhibition, which includes photographs and musical displays, witnessed a wide attendance by a number of professional photographers. The role of scientific laboratories in schools and the importance of encouraging students to benefit from laboratories for experiences highlighted discussions of first forum for laboratories of schools in the Governorate of Dhahira. The forum stressed the importance of developing laboratory devices in line with the educational process. Now for the general weather forecast. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with cloud accumulation over Hajar Mountains. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Oman Conference for Energy and Water reviews work plans of renewable energy and sustainable development of water resources. The Shura Council approves a recommendation to invite the Chairman of Public Authority for Electricity and Water as wilayas in South Batna still face water shortages. And the first forum for laboratories of schools in the Governorate of Dhahira stresses on developing laboratory devices in line with educational process. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studio and the newsroom, it's good night.